Actually, this is gonna be a quick overview of what has been done. So this one is basically an interactive dashboard. We will come back to this later, but like just a quick grasp of what's here. We have here the major category. You can work with the pricing or traffic by the category because I split the column. Um, Also, you have a traffic group here with the buckets. You can also play with this one. You have here the country, and you compare the languages. So basically here you can compare, for instance, English versus French, well, as you wish, for certain category, for, well, I don't know, for certain country, for instance. Well, in United Kingdom you can see it's only English language option websites. In United States also, but in total you can compare. So let's come back to the data. With the data, I added countries that you gave me last evening. Here we added the column. It's like a unique number for each row. Here is rows which were excluded for the reason of being overpriced, so it's only the rows with the price over 10k. Here we have duplicates. Well, it's not only like double rows, it's like triple rows, 4 times the same row. You can see here all the duplicates, and if you need to see how
рост объема.
exactly they were excluded, you can go into this column, exclude one, because one it's like no duplicates, and all the options from 2 to 4 are presented here. So basically you can see from the first example, right, as you said, like I should go with the higher price. Well, basically here we had 200 110 and 120, so 110 was excluded from the analysis and 120 was left as the major row for analysis. But here we can find some interesting stuff. Let me show you, because I did the exclusion a bit differently. Well, let's say here we have the website with traffic just under 100k, which is not a lot. And we have two options for 150 and 207 and 2780, which is basically quite strange with for DA of 56. And well, in this case I was excluding the higher price because it looks just like enormous. It's not a lot of rows here. I would really recommend you to go through them.
BTC
It's just
фьючер, лонг 1К.
317
STG
rows.
USDT рост объема.
And you can see what was excluded by me in this column. So basically you can give me a feedback if we need to exclude the other option. You want, for instance, to leave the higher price, even in case of abnormal high price, like we can do this as well. It's no problem. So basically that's what was done with the data. So coming back to the dashboard. So this one, I suppose this one can help you with building a lot of slides and give you ability to show some exact answers on your client's questions. For instance, well, I don't know, your client want to understand for, I don't know, adult categories, what kind of pricing do we have with certain domain authority, like above 70, for traffic groups of just under 1 million a month. So how can we answer this question? We can select certain groups here which are under 1 million, right? We can select adults here, and we see here the options that are left for language comparison, and the options for country which are left. So those that are in light gray are unavailable for this kind of selection, but
BTC Future,
all in
LONG1.
dark are available. So basically we can say for this client, let's say we can compare I don't know, English versus Spanish, for instance. And what we can see here in terms of pricing, that Spanish in major number of buckets is a bit cheaper option compared to English for the websites with the traffic under 1 million. And the average, what it actually shows, I mean this line, if we go here to pivot table, so you can see here the exact number. So basically this one forms the data for English. This one forms the data for Spanish, and this one forms the data for all the languages that are available for the selection that we made here. So it's let's say the selection of adult, these traffic groups, and country, but country I selected all possible. So that's basically it. We can unselect the category. 207. Well, I don't really remember if I was adding the category to the average. Let me check. I check this one. Yeah, it was added because it does change. Yeah, so it was about the pricing. You can also have an option here to look through the traffic options. So this axis changes from price to traffic, and
DYDX
let's
Future,
say you
Long
want
200K.
to understand, well, I don't know, from 0 to 20k traffic a month. How does it actually looks like based on domain authority? And this graph shows you that the lesser domain authority you have, well, the lesser traffic you have on average. And you can easily compare it by language, right? Well, for Russian it's like just few options. Let's compare English again with French. I think we have much more options. Yeah, for this kind of websites, we can see that basically in the same buckets, let's say take this bucket from 40 to 50 domain authority, you can see that the traffic for websites with French language is much higher compared to traffic with English language on the websites. So yeah, this kind of interesting. Probably that just explains why we have higher
DYDX
pricing,
Future,
right,
Long
for the
200К.
French websites, right? Because we just have higher traffic for the French websites. So you can play with this a lot, and yeah, you can get a lot of insights from this. And yeah, check this one, give a feedback, and
1000 Long Future рост объема.
today, tomorrow, I can give you like more clear, let's say, final insights that I got myself from the data that you can, let's say, put into the slide and just like give to your clients very clear message from the data. And also, as I proposed you, I will give like a cumulative ranking. So like let's say what's the best value for money, something like that, in terms of let's say in terms of total or some specific language like English or French or Spanish. I think they will be the most useful options in
DYDX
terms of
Future,
languages.
Long
So let's
200К.
see. I will play with it myself, and you also check it yourself. Spend some time, and probably you will have some ideas that we can make together. Thanks.